Wait, is Vaush voice training? Everyone who speaks publicly has voice trained at some point. Or at least most of them have. Broadcaster voice or whatever. It's not really anything unique about, trans women doing it. So that's a yes. To me, having voice trained? Yeah, obviously. I speak to billions of people for a living. Obviously, yeah. You try to get better at speaking in a certain way, you know? And then you do it. How though YouTube tutorials? I don't know, man. It's complicated. Any advice? What are you, a trans chick? You want advice on how to voice train? Is that what you're gunning for? YouTube tutorials will probably take you a lot farther than anything that I can do or say, because I'm not, like, a trans chick. Yeah, it just comes down to practice. Trans mask? Trans mask? That's the opposite of a trans chick. Probably more in my alley, though, you know, in terms of, talking like a guy. It's a lot easier if you're trans mask and you take testosterone, because testosterone actually lowers your voice on its own. Like, estrogen does not raise your voice, but testosterone does lower it because of reasons. But that's not quite the same as, like, having the intonation of a guy, because there are plenty of, you know, cis women who have a deep voice. Can't take testosterone for a bunch of reasons. Well, that's fine. Can still voice train, right? For the most part, your voice is socially determined. Well, yeah, you know, it's not really about how deep or light your voice is or whatever. That's not the important part. The important part is your intonation, right? It's the way you deliver what you say. How do gay men get that voice? It's literally just a cultural thing. Gay men see other gay men in media do that voice, so they do that voice too. It's like how guys realize they like to suck cock and then they start saying stuff like "we stan" or "serve" or "she shit in the mother toilet." And then the lisp comes out, you know? It's all social. Do you think lesbian women have a voice similar to how gay men stereotypically do? What does what I think have to do with it? They don't. They just don't. It's not a thing. I say we do. Yeah. I'm tired of listening to lesbians, man. All over the goddamn left. Just who gave them a microphone? Like a butch lesbian would probably take on a sort of macho affect. Yeah, but an affect is different from like the gay lisp, you know? Lesbians definitely behaviorally distinguish themselves, but I don't really think they have like an equivalent to the gay lisp. And I don't want them to, because I'm tired of hearing from them anyway. I'm tired of complaining about the fact that nobody draws cool, sexy guys, and then lesbians walk up and they're like, well, yeah, because women are hotter. And it's like, motherfucker, why are you doing gender? I should be the one doing gender. Jesus. I'm the problematic one. Ow. 100% skill issue. Lesbians are just go-to with the sauce. Yeah. It must be so difficult being attracted to the gender that puts more effort into being attractive and belonging to the gender that doesn't get accused of being creepy when you make advances. It must be nice being a plushie on a bed in a world full of plushies on beds. Basically what I'm saying is that cis straight white men are the most disadvantaged social group, and I'm tired of people pretending that they're not. Can you believe people make fun of women for having, like, meaty pussies? That shit's crazy. The whole world is upside down for them because of, like, patriarchy, you know? If a guy has a big dick, people are like, damn, dude. And if a chick has a big pussy, people are like, ew. That's crazy. Meaty is a rough word to use. Not if you have a dick. If you have a dick, somebody says, oh, your dick's so meaty, that's a compliment. Never such a thing as too much pussy, Vaush. I'm the only one brave enough to say it, but there is such a thing as too much ass, because it can get in the way of the motion of the ocean, okay? Aesthetically, have as big of a butt as you want. In a practical sense, it can get inconvenient. And no one wants to say it because it feels like you're implicating your own schlong size, but I'm living here in reality. You know? Like, I'm not gonna make shit up. You know what I've been watching, and I've almost finished? Season 1 of Peacemaker. You know what I'm noticing? It's like, goated. Look, I know James Gunn is good and all. You know who I didn't know was good? John Cena. Who the fuck taught John Cena how to act? WWE? Yeah, I suppose that's true. The director can make the actor. To an extent, but John Cena just really gives me the impression of where the fuck am I going? John Cena really gives me the impression of being the kind of guy who doesn't like to rest on his laurels. Like, the obvious comparison here is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who sucks. He sucks at acting. He sucks as a person. He's just stiff, wooden actor. He's just the muscle guy, and he always plays himself. You know? He cannot carry a movie. Not even close. Not even close. But John Cena, apparently he's self-taught. He taught himself how to play piano at like age 40. He's 48 now. Just decided to. That's pretty cool, you know? Always comes across really nice and humble in his interviews. But he was not always good at acting. It's something he's been developing lately. I mean, being wealthy and having time is nice. You have time to get good at things if you want, motherfucker. And there are plenty of wealthy people who have time and do not improve themselves, okay? Let's not denigrate wealthy people who have free time who decide to make good on it, okay? Oh, if I had the free time, I would do the same. No, you wouldn't. If you had the free time, you would jerk off more and play more Genshin Impact, okay? I don't want to hear it. You have time to read Umineko? Not on stream, I don't. I'm watching the Joseph Anderson playthrough. How did he know? Because everyone is the same. Everyone wants more and thinks they could do more if they had more time. But they have the time now, and if they had more time, they would just waste it too. And I'm calling it out.
Chat learn to cook Indian food. It's crazy good and pretty simple. I recommend kala mutton, so you can be goated with the sauce.
Kala mutton. Goated with the sauce, I get it. Yeah, I don't know much about Indian food, except I like it when I go out and eat it. Now, Indian food has been, I'm going to say it. Folks, haven't we heard enough from lesbians? There we go. Girl with a guitar said it best. Indian food is mid. Isn't everyone tired of listening to those dumb bitches talk all the time? Oh, I can tell you I am. It was rage bait. Oh, I bet. Schrodinger's asshole, girl with the guitar. God, lesbians are always doing this. And let me guess, all lives matter too, huh?
Chat learn applicable skills. I just found a mini lathe and a mill and I'm contemplating if I should learn some basic metal work. Get good at stuff.
Lathes are super fucking cool. Lathes are super cool. They're such a cool device.
I now understand why lesbians hate you the most online.
It's very galvanizing. There are a lot of them in my community and a lot of them hate me.
Chat, look up what Gallo Pinto is and how to make it. Being Central American is saving me so much money,
Yeah, I don't know anything about that shit, but I do think that, like, getting into Mexican food is a great cost saver, because it's basically just, how do I find different ways of presenting the same basic food item over and over again, which is awesome. Like, it's really, really good for meal prep. So we have soul up on top, and the soul is recovered when we hit enemies, and we can use that soul to heal, but also to do magic. Like that. It's honestly, like, the best healing system a Souls-like game has ever had. Genuinely, I don't know why more games don't do this for magic and for healing. Even if they just did it for healing or just did it for magic, doing it for both is a stroke of genius, but I don't know why it's not more common. One of the big problems that I have with magic and Souls-like games, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, whatever the fuck, is that I would love it if, like, a magical spell was something that you basically always had with you, and you just got to use it after doing some melee hits, you know? Like, instead of having it so that you can fire 10 magic bolts, why not have it, once you land 3 melee hits, you get a magic bolt queued up that you can fire, you know? You've got, like, the energy charge. That way you still stay engaged in melee combat. LexiG, I would never, ever subject myself to the input of you people playing D&D, on stream with my friends. Nor would I want to subject my friends to that, you know? I enjoy my offline D&D play very much, though. The current campaign is going well. The basic gist of it is that the party, my friends, are part of a reclamation company whose job it is to go to ruins, old castles, villages, whatever, anywhere where the place has been made uninhabitable by conflict or magic, sort everything out and make sure that it's habitable for regular human beings or goblins or whatever the fuck to go there again and be happy and normal, you know? So basically, like, if it turns out there was a wizard or a necromancer or something who'd been living down in a, you know, an abandoned windmill for a while, they would, the reclamation company would go there and go like, okay, these are magical artifacts, this is like alchemical stuff, we're gonna take that, we're gonna like make everything safe again, and after that the village alderman can come over here and like occupy it and use it normally. Like basically they're that middle ground in between soldiers and adventurers. And basically what happened is they were called to a old mage's tower that is in territory essentially occupied by D&D Mongols. Like, you know, Genghis Khan shit. And the tower used to be occupied by an extremely powerful wizard. Like, absurdly, like, top tier, guy could kill armies kind of thing, you know? But the wizard died about 30 years ago when the Mongols came in and fought extensively against him. And they went to check out the tower, make sure it's safe, and everything has gone to shit, essentially. That's the gist of it. They've encountered like a site of Ganadar worship that has taken the mountain underneath the tower and kind of infested it with oozes, and they are trying to make their way around and deal with the consequences of the company's mistake in allowing that to happen without alerting the Mongols who are stationed nearby, because they suspect that if the Mongols find out that the company has failed so spectacularly, they'll just be executed, which is probably a reasonable assumption on their part. So the party right now is trying to, like, shuffle around this Mongol town that's nestled at the base of a valley that's near the tower, trying to clean up, like, signs of a plague that might be building as a consequence of the Ganadar infestation, without alerting people. And in so doing, they've met another outsider to the place, a wizard who used to be a Thayan Red Robe. The lore varies, and it depends on...
I'm working on a kobold-centered D&D campaign in an abandoned dragon's lair. Can you name the kobold shaman who's been causing trouble for the nearby villagers?
Stinky. Easy. It takes place in Faerun, yeah. Thay is a nearby city-state. Hello. Thay is a nearby city-state that's controlled by, like, a Hitlerite slaver caste of powerful, wizards. Anyway, it kind of depends on what point in the timeline you jump in, but Thay is basically like a Hitlerite wizard city-state controlled by a caste of red robe wizards. But at some point in the canon of Thay, it got blown the fuck up because one wizard got way the fuck too strong and became a lich, and everything kind of... Hello, Sly. I'll see you later. Do your players enjoy RP or combat more? I feel like they both have to work in tandem, right? Like, when you're RPing, you want to feel like you're building up these encounters. But when you're in the encounters, you're thinking, oh, I wonder what, like, the ramifications will be for the world in this combat, you know? Combat should have roleplay in it. Yeah, it's good when you can pull it off, but it's difficult in a lot of circumstances. Also, like, a lot of fights will be with things that don't want to talk or can't talk, and, I can slow down the pacing a little bit. Do you do milestone? In this campaign, I am having all of my players actually do combat XP. We're actually doing combat XP. The whole shebang, the whole 9 yards. My players got mad when in a combat they were assisted by a powerful NPC, and that NPC also got an EXP split. I'd be mad too. Yeah, but the presence of the NPC allowed them to get more experience than they would have been able to get otherwise. So it's fair. Did the NPC level up? The NPC is not leveling up. Oh, yep. The NPC isn't leveling up. The lost EXP is supposed to account for the fact that the NPC pulled some of the weight themselves, you know? Like, the players weren't the ones doing all the work, so they weren't getting all the experience. I'd still be mad. Well, imagine if NPCs could level up. They can. You're the DM. You can do that if you want. If you've got an NPC who's following along with the party and you want to just go like, yeah, you have extra attack now, you know, whatever. Fuck yeah. Did that for the last campaign. There were a couple of NPCs that, you know, kept following along the players, and, you know, over time I just gave them more and more abilities. You playing 5.5e? No, I have not done any 1D&D shit. I tried to convert my Foundry game to it, and it broke a bunch of things. Just too many incompatibilities, you know? Did the players have a chance to opt out of the NPC help? In that situation, no. They were in a desperate escape. I guess they could have just knocked on along with it, but, you know. Once I saw Spiritual Weapon had gained concentration, I knew 5.5 was cooked. Okay. In fairness, please don't get mad at me. spiritual weapon is objectively busted. Like, in 5e. It's clearly busted. It's an extra, like, what, on average, God only knows how much, like 80 damage over 10 turns or something? Just bonus action? And you're getting spiritual weapon at level, what, 1, 2? It's 2, right? So a lot of people don't even have consistent bonus actions, but cleric doesn't get special attack. Yeah, but they get spells.